Hello everybody, my name is Alan, I'm from Sauber-Lab and today will be another video about Homo Assistant. But before we start to explain anything about Homo Assistant, let's get two screens. In this first screen is the stock love cards from Homo Assistant. In this way, you need to have big boxes and not so much information on the page. If you want to put more information this way, you need to scroll down, and that will be not easy if you want to use only a tablet to have all the information. But our idea is to show how you can minimize the system using some programs that you can change from this template to this template. Exactly the same information is there. I put a little bit more here. I put my ring camera. In this way, you have more and more informations and more symbols. You can click one of those buttons and that will do some actions for you. In this way, if you use one of those tablets that I have behind, you unfortunately cannot see so well, is exactly the same page that I showed before there in the tablet. In this way, you don't need to have a computer on, you can have a tablet or anything, and in this way make your life simple and more visual. So, if you like this idea and want to learn a little bit more about it, we're gonna show in this video, but first of all, don't forget to leave your like, consider to subscribe for the channel, and let's understand a little bit more about it. Before we jump in our Homo system and start to set up a little bit more information at our Homo system, first you're gonna need to have hacks installed in your system. Otherwise, they will not work. If you don't have hacks installed, look in my previous video where I show how you can install hacks. In this way, you can have this initial application installed. This application will be required because they needed to download the information for GitHub. You always can do it manually, but it will take a little bit longer, and if you are using hacks, it's much easier for everyone. Unless you use Home Assistant core, then you're gonna need to do it manually. But if you have any problem, leave a comment in the description. I will try to post another video explaining how you can do it. But return here. First, those dashboards will only use the information that you have. If you have one sensor only, you want to be able to add on that specific sensor. You have 1,000 sensors, yes, you can add all those 1,000 sensors. So it doesn't matter how much information you have, your dashboard will be bigger or small depending on your house and depends what you want to achieve. So have this one in mind. Now we can jump in the computer and try to see how we can install and how we can set up. Of course, I will set up initially and you're gonna need to do according for application. But if you have the initial information, at least it's easy for you to adapt and do what you need or what look better for you. So let's do it. So here in our computer, we have that initial template that I showed before. Here we have my temperature that I set up, but it's quite big. And what we can do, we can start to set up a little bit more minimalistic with more information. So first thing, we need to install this application. The name of the application that we're going to install is Mushroom, and if you have here in hacks, here we can install. Remember, hacks have two ends or two options that you have. You have the integration and you have the frontend. Frontend will be all the information that you can see it. So you can set up some templates, you can set up some different colors, and you can set up lots of other things. Only this one that you're going to be able to see. The integration will be the application that's coming behind. So if you have a Zigbee card, you can have a Zigbee integration. In the previous video, I showed how to do a deep stack, either for object or for face. So everything that you're gonna do that will be functional will be integration. Everything that will be visual will be frontend. Here in frontend, we can click Add Explore Repository. Here have a lot of repositories that you can do, so it's worth to have a look in different ones, but we're gonna specifically look for Mushroom. Here in Mushrooms, I can start Mushroom, and they already have two options. The first one is Love Card, the second one is Theme. I suggest you to install both to avoid any conflict, so let's start first Mushroom, and I put download. Once that they finish to download, they will ask you need to reload, so we're gonna put reload. Now it's reload, you can have an idea how look like this option. So you can put name of the person and the picture with the person and where they are. So if you connect for your phone and you are in home, they will appear home. If you're out, they appear out. The same thing for the lights, device, alarms, switches, and continue on. So let's come back here, fronted, and let's install the other repository. Now the repository that we're going to install is the themes, and I put download exactly the same way and put download. Once that you install both, the best option, you come here in developer, check if all the configuration is okay and put hey start. Why this one? Maybe if you don't hey start, could not work well. So it's better for you to hey start and wait a little bit until the hey start, then you start to set up everything and will not work the way they expect. Once that hey start, we can come here in settings. Here in settings we can come for dashboard. Here in dashboard we can add a dashboard, and now we can call it mushroom. And the icon will be exactly the same, mushroom, and I can add any other information. But in my case, I want to have the sidebar and I put create. In the future, if I want to only delete it, I can delete and I will not affect my overview, but in the same time I can set up these mushrooms as a default. So all the time that a computer start or anything start, it will start already as a mushrooms, not as an overview. So have this one, now we have our mushroom and we can click here. As I start, they will give all the information that you have. You have all the information for the kitchen, living room, master room, other room that I have, all my cameras in the house and everything. But this one, it's not good for me because I don't want to have all this information. So let's start a new and fresh dashboard. To do it, we can come here in 3 stars in the corner and I put edit dashboard. Once that edit, first time they will ask, you want to take control? Yes, we want to take control, but I want to have it clean, empty. So I will put start for empty dashboard and put take control. Once that I put take control, they give me an empty dashboard without anything. So now we start to add information to make it more usable for us. So now I can put add a card, and here it's all the cards that I have. But I don't want to look for this top information. I want to go down, down, down and have this mushrooms information. So first thing, I want to, when I open this page and I'm using my user, I want someone come to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening for me. To do it, I come here in my template, and they come. My home ID is totally fine. If perhaps you have your picture, you can add your picture, but in my case, I will leave home because I don't want to add my picture there. Now they will say hello user. No, I don't want to say hello user because it's not so specific for me. In this way, I will search online and I find this script. I don't know who's created it. Now I put this information, I'll leave in the description if you need, but basically what they say. Time now, if it's higher than 18 o'clock, they will say good evening. If not, they will look for the next stage, and the next stage will be 12. So it's between 12 and 18 will be good evening. If it's between 12 and 18, we'll say good afternoon. If it's before 12 but higher than 5, they will say good morning. Anything else will be hello. So if it's between midnight and 5, they will say hello for you, because I don't think that someone will be looking so late, okay? But anyway, this is the information. They say, how are you? You can personalize, you can say, I don't know, you can say something for someone that is using this one and put save. Now I have my first card here. Good morning, how are you? It's because it's still earlier than 12, will be good morning. If I finish this video before 12, then we'll continue good morning, but maybe will be after 12, so will be good evening for me. So now the next one, I will put add a card, and then I will put some information. Suppose that I want to know who's in house or who is not in the house, who is where. So I can come here and put chip card. This chip card I can set up the person that I'm doing. So I can come here, and here will be Alan, or I can put my iPhone, or I can put my activities. Let's say that I wanted to set up as my iPhone. My icon, I don't need to put any face, or I could put the entity personality, and when I hold it, will be more information. So if I hold here, they will give where I am and how long I am. So 5 minutes ago, they say that I'm home. Once that I leave home, they will say away or outside home. So this way I can put a template for all the users. So if I have more people involved in this house or more people that I want, I can add here the second one, so we'll add as a entity, and I can set up some information for the entity. So this one, I can come here and I put another person, but not only another person, I can put the TV. So the TV is idle. If it's off, they will appear off. So let's save it. So now I create my small cards, what information that I have. Now I have those information, what I can do, I can create my temperature, what I want to do. So I have two options. I can come here and create only my temperature, but will appear only one box of my temperature. So what option that we can set up as horizontal or vertical. If I want everything the same line, I can put horizontal. I click here, and now I select the same mushroom applications before. So if I come here down, and I put my temperature, so will be my climate control. Now I can say I want to set my master room. Icon, it's totally fine, but I want it to be this template, and here you see how they look like. And now I want to show some actions. So I don't want only to see the temperature, but I want to set up as auto. So if I click here, it will be automatically. If I come here and put heat, they will heat. At the moment set up for heat, I can put here automatically, and they will follow my schedule. If I come here, I can set up my on and off. So if I click here, my system is off, or will be automatically. And if I put the control, so now I can set up high temperature. Now at the moment set up for 19. If I want to put 24, 25, I can do it here. Other thing that I can do, I can set up some action. So I want to put, if I hold here, there will be more information. So if I hold here and release, they will give the information that I want. I can see my temperature, and I can see the history and when it was heating. So in this stage, it starts to arrive 14 degrees, 17 degrees, and that they heat until arrive for 19 degrees. So here I know when they heat and when they stop to heat and what's the drop. So between around 11 o'clock up to 6 o'clock, they was not heating at all until they start to heat again, and that they stop to heat and continue on. So if I hold it, I can see what is going on. But I don't want only one box, I want more than it. So I will put add. I will go exactly the same box. I want the clima. So I go here and put clima. And now I will set up exactly the same way. So let's do it fast. Here, auto, heating, and on and off. So now I have two. Maybe I can put the third one because I have 5 places or 5 locations in my house. So I wanted to put 3 and 2. Now I click here, I go down the same way, and now my master room, and I come here and I will set up exactly the same way. My mistake, I didn't change the name, so I come here, first one will be my master room, the second one will be my kitchen, and the third one will be my living room. Everyone will be exactly the same action, so if I come here and hold it, they will give the information that I want. I could potentially put some triggers, so if I hold it, they will turn on the light or send a message or do some notification, open some website or call someone. But in my case, I want to give more information and I save it. Now I can see how look like this information, and I can come here and duplicate it. Because I don't want to set up and delete everything from 0, I can only delete the last one, and now I can put room 2, and the third one will be room 3, and I save it. So now I have my 3 box and my 2 box. What else I can do? I can set up my humidity for the house. So I can come here, the same way I want it to be as a vertical. So I can come here and put horizontal. I want to be horizontal, and now instead of put my clima, I want to set up as an entity. So why entity? Entity will be all the application that you have. If you put clima, will be only the temperature that you can set up. If you put any humidifier, will be only the humidifier that you have. But if you put entity, will be anything that you have. So I come here and I will search for humidity. And now I know the humidity for the room, the percentage that I have. I can set up exactly the same way box, and I can do exactly the same information. So if I hold here and release, they will give the humidity that I have, and in this way I can set up some triggers to start my dehumidifier or turn off my dehumidifier. Let's do for the rest of the actions. So let's put for my rest of the rooms. I come here The same way, entity, I will set up now, first one will be the humidity for the kitchen. Now it's humidity of my living room. I set up exactly the same way, view, and put as action. So I just set up exactly the same humidity, and I can come here. So now I have the temperature, humidity, temperature, humidity. Now I can get my forecast, so I can use exactly the same standard one, or I can set up the way that I want. Here I can show only the exactly temperature and the humidity, and then I have my initial box. So if I put here close, now it's a little bit more information in the small space. So if I come here my overview again and temperature, before I have those box, now I have those box. It's a little bit more simple, more information, and that's if they are heating, they will show that it's heating. If it's idle, they will say that's idle, heating, idle, and that's it. In this way I can control and I can see the humidity and I can measure it. According from the humidity or according from temperature, I can set it. So in my case, I set to heat or to don't heat according for my needs. If you have a light sensor or a smart bulb, you can set up it to turn on and off. Unfortunately, I don't have this one yet, so I cannot show the rest of information. So in this way, I will stop for now because it's the quantity of smart items that I have, but in the future I wanted to start to put more information in this box. So everybody, I hope that you like this video. In this way I start to show a little bit more how you can create a better dashboard for your applications, and with this you can add more information. I didn't add all the information because I don't know specifically what you have in your house, but at least you have an idea what you can do and how you can add more and more things. So if you like this video and think that was interesting, don't forget to leave your like, consider to subscribe for the channel, and see you next time.